The blind date from another galaxy. The small cafe on 5th Street was busy, as usual. People talked, laughed, and sipped their coffee. But when she walked in, everything seemed to slow down for a moment. She wasn't like other girls. She wore silver, boots, a glowing bracelet, and sunglasses, at night. Her hair was a strange shade of white, and her eyes, almost shining. She looked like she had just stepped out of a sci-fi movie. People stared, but she didn't care. She looked around the cafe, scanning it like a robot. "Target located," she whispered. In the back corner, a young man sat nervously. That was Jason, a normal guy, mid-20s, kind of awkward but funny. He looked up and waved shyly. She walked over and sat down without a smile. Jason blinked. "Hi. You must be Zara," he said. "I am designation Zarnek 7. But for Earth. Convenience, yes, Zara." Jason laughed. "Okay, cool, I like a girl with confidence." Zara tilted her head like a curious cat. "You find my presence pleasing?" Jason chuckled again, unsure. "Well, yeah, you're interesting." She stared at him. "You are smaller than I expected." Jason raised an eyebrow. "Excuse me?" "Nothing," she said quickly, pulling out a small device and tapping it. It made beeping noises. "Just collecting data." Jason looked around. "Okay, haha. So, first time on a blind date?" She nodded. "First time on Earth." Jason laughed, thinking it was a joke. "You're funny." "I am not programmed for humor," she replied seriously. Jason smiled, still confused but kinda into it. She was weird, sure, but kinda cool too. They ordered food. She studied the menu like it was a secret alien language. "What is pancake?" she asked. Jason grinned. "You'll love it. It's like a flat cake with syrup." "Syrup? Is it a liquid form of sugar?" she asked. "Exactly," Jason said, impressed. When the food arrived, Zara stared at her plate. She sniffed the pancake, then gently poked it with her fork. It jiggled. "Earth food is squishy," she said. Jason was already halfway through his stack. "You should try it before it gets cold." She took one tiny bite and suddenly her eyes lit up. Literally. They glowed bright blue for a second. "By the moons of Zalora, this is incredible." Jason laughed again. "Told you." For a few minutes, things felt normal. They talked. Well, mostly Zara asked strange questions like, "What is the purpose of socks?" And "Why do humans not communicate through brainwaves?" Jason answered the best he could. Then came the moment. The waiter brought the bill and placed it between them with a smile. Jason reached for his wallet and said casually, "Let's split it." Time stopped. Zara slowly turned to face him. Her eyes glowed red. The lights in the cafe flickered. "You do not pay for my meal?" she asked, voice low and serious. Jason blinked. Yeah? I mean, it's fair. We both ate." "You invited me?" she said. "Well, yeah. But it's 2025, equality and all." Her hand started glowing. Her bracelet beeped. People at the next table stared. Zara stood up slowly. "On my world, if a partner does not pay, it is seen as a declaration of dishonor." Jason looked terrified. "Wait, what? Declaration of what now?" Zara tapped her bracelet. "Mission log. Subject may be a hostile male. Initiate scan protocol." "Whoa, whoa." Jason stood up too. "What are you doing?" A small flying orb popped out of her bag and circled Jason. It made loud buzzing sounds. Everyone in the cafe gasped. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "Is this a prank?" Jason raised his hands. "Okay, I'll pay. I'll pay for everything. Just tell your little robot not to zap me." Zara studied him. "Your fear is amusing. Perhaps you are not a threat. Perhaps you are just stupid." Jason sighed. "Thanks. I think." Zara sat down again, calm. The orb returned to her bag. "Very well," she said. "You may continue this experiment, but next time, bring flowers." Jason nodded quickly. You got it, flowers. Whole garden if you want. As they left the cafe, Jason turned and whispered to himself, "What the heck just happened?" Zara behind him smiled. "Earth males. Very confusing. She's not from around here. Like, at all." Jason didn't sleep that night. He kept replaying the scene in the cafe. The glowing eyes, the floating orb, the declaration of dishonor thing. Was she for real? An alien? A cosplayer with a jetpack and anger issues? His brain hurt just thinking about it. The next morning he checked his phone. One new message from Zara X7. It read, "Greetings, Jason. You have been chosen for further study. Dress well. No denim." Okay. I guess that means another date, he muttered. Meanwhile, 100,000 light-years away far across, the stars on a shiny metallic planet called Xylaria 7, a room full of tall glowing figures sat at a large round table. Holographic screens floated above them, showing Earth, Jason's face, and pancake stats. An older Xylarian, bald purple with antennae like satellite dishes, spoke first. Her readings suggest rapid emotional connection. Is subject Zarnex 7 malfunctioning? Another nodded. She's adapting too fast. Earth emotions are dangerous, sticky, like syrup. Everyone nodded seriously. One pressed a glowing button. Zara appeared on the screen, sipping bubble tea and trying to eat the plastic straw. Commander Zarnex 7, update your mission report. Are you integrating or falling? Zara paused. Her eyes narrowed. I do not fall. I hover confidently, but deep inside, something was happening, and she didn't like it. Back on Earth, Jason goes detective mode. Jason decided to do some research. He Googled girls who glow and summon drones. All he got was a Reddit post titled, "I think my girlfriend is from Venus AMA. Useless." He opened his messages again. Zara had sent another line. Location pinned, meet me at 1400 hours, bring hydration. Jason arrived at the location, a public park. Families were playing, dogs were barking, and then, there she was. Wearing sunglasses again, Zara stood next to a tree, feeding a squirrel chips, while whispering to it. Hey, Jason said carefully, like approaching a lion. She turned around. The tree dwellers here are much friendlier than your cafes. Jason smiled nervously. So, what's the plan today? Alien karaoke? No, she said. Today I observe your daily human behaviors. And just like that, she pulled out a glowing notepad and started following him around. Zara observes normal life step 1. Coffee shop observation. Zara stared at people in line, whispering, They offer money in exchange for liquid beans. Fascinating. She then ordered a triple espresso and downed it in one sip. Her eye twitched. My heartbeat has doubled. I may be dying. I require more. Jason dragged her out before she bought 5 more. Step 2. Office visit. Jason took her to his office. She saw his desk, computer, and coworkers. Is this a prison? She asked. No, it's a job. So, a punishment. Jason sighed. Basically. She touched his computer and it started smoking. Oops, it was asking for a password. Step 3. Human social behavior, aka group hangout. Jason introduced Zara to his friends at a small get-together. She tried to act normal. It did not go well. She stared at someone's dog for 5 straight minutes. She called guacamole. Green paste of smashed seeds. She asked one guy, Have you recently mated? Everyone went quiet. Jason laughed nervously. She's from out of town. Zara pulled Jason aside. Your friends are inefficient conversationalists. They do not scan me properly. Good, Jason said. Let's keep it that way. Suspense rises. Something's coming. Later that night, Zara stared at the stars. She touched her bracelet. A hologram of a Xylarian high commander appeared. You've been compromised. Return to the ship now. She hesitated. I need more time. Time is limited. Earth's atmosphere is altering your judgment. The subject, Jason, is triggering emotional anomalies. Zara's hands trembled. She ended the call. Behind her, Jason arrived with 2 milkshakes. Strawberry or chocolate? She looked at him. Do you pay for both? He laughed. Of course. What kind of monster do you think I am? Zara took the strawberry one. Her heart, or whatever aliens have, thumped strangely. Jason's secret Zara walked him home. As she turned to leave, she said, Goodbye, Jason. This interaction has recalibrated me. Jason smiled. You're not so bad yourself, space girl. Zara froze. What did you call me? Jason paused. Nothing. Just a joke? But Zara stared into his eyes. Deep. Too deep. Her bracelet blinked. New alert. Subject Jason contains elevated cosmic energy traces. Zara gasped. Jason? What are you hiding? Jason smiled, but something in his eyes shimmered. Just for a second. He replied, Maybe. I'm not from around here either. Zara's mouth opened slightly. Her scanner beeped like crazy. Jason walked away, sipping his milkshake. Zara whispered to herself, This just got complicated. Dating in disguise. Zara couldn't stop thinking about Jason's eyes. Not the color. Not the shape, but the way they glowed. Just for a second, a shimmer, a flicker, like a hidden star trying to peek through human skin. She ran a full scan. Results. Inconclusive. Unknown energy signature. Possibly cosmic, possibly dangerous, possibly attractive. She shook her head. No, not again. On her planet, feelings were treated like viruses, infectious, unpredictable, and potentially fatal. Love especially was illegal without a license, and she might be catching it. Meanwhile, Jason was having his own problems. Jason sat on his couch holding a half-eaten sandwich and watching cartoons. But he wasn't really watching. His phone buzzed. Zara. New mission objective. Observe subject. Jason's natural habitat for 24 hours. Great, Jason muttered. Alien girlfriend sleepover. What could possibly go wrong? He glanced at the small, glowing object on his desk. Something he'd been hiding since last year. A metallic cube pulsing gently like a heartbeat. He didn't know what it was, just that it wasn't human. Zara creates her perfect disguise. If Zara wanted to blend in, she'd need a better cover. The silver boots and space jewelry weren't helping, so she downloaded 500 hours of Earth fashion videos and took notes. What she thought Earth girls wear: yoga pants, even if they don't do yoga, baseball cap, even if they don't play baseball, giant sunglasses, even at night, coffee cup, even if it's empty. She showed up at Jason's apartment looking like a time traveler pretending to be a Starbucks employee. Jason opened the door. Whoa, what are you wearing? I have assumed the perfect human female form, she said proudly. You look like you're on your way to disrupt a yoga class. Exactly. He let her in. Zara's alien habits start slipping out. She touched every appliance in his house. This machine heats bread. It's a toaster. Incredible. She opened the fridge. Your food lives in this glowing box? It's called a fridge. She tried to speak to his cat using clicks and chirps. Jason stared. I think you just proposed. To him. Good. He is loyal. And has soft fur. Jason sighed. This is going to be a long night. Jason tries to get answers. That night, they sat on the couch, watching TV. Well, Jason watched. Zara took notes like she was preparing for battle. Okay, Jason finally asked. What's your real mission? Why Earth? Why me? Zara hesitated. Her bracelet blinked. I was sent to study your species, but also to find compatibility. A partner. Jason choked on his drink. You mean like a date? She nodded. My planet's males are inadequate. Too many tentacles, not enough loyalty, very bad playlist choices. Jason stared. And I passed your alien boyfriend test by being poor and awkward? You paid for the milkshake. That showed leadership. Jason blinked. Wow, your standards are concerning. Sudden threat. Zara's being watched while they joked. Something watched them from outside the window. Across the street in a black van, two figures sat in the dark, Agent Nova and Agent Klein of the ASS, Alien Surveillance Sector. Yes, they know the abbreviation is bad. Target is inside. Engaged. In emotional bonding, Nova said, disgusted. She's crossing the line, Klein added. We may need to intervene. Zara gets a warning. Call later that night. Zara went to the balcony. Her bracelet buzzed. Warning, mission breach. Emotional contamination level 64%. Return to base immediately. I need more time, she whispered. You don't have time. He's not who he seems. What do you mean? Jason carries the signal. He may be a hybrid. Zara froze. Hybrid? Part human, part what? She looked back into the apartment. Jason was asleep on the couch, hugging a pillow and snoring like a bear. Impossible, she whispered. He's just Jason. But the thought gnawed at her. Jason's secret begins to show. Zara slept. In the guest room, at 3:07 a.m., her bracelet beeped again. Unknown energy surge detected. 3 meters away. She crept to the living room. Jason was asleep, but the metallic cube on his desk was glowing, floating slightly above the surface. Zara scanned it. Xylarian tech. Forbidden artifact. Class. Dangerous. Her heart pounded. How did he get this? The cube pulsed again. Then Jason opened his eyes, but they weren't human eyes. For a split second, blue light. Not glowing. Radiating. Zara gasped. Jason looked confused. What are you doing? You're not human, she whispered. Jason rubbed his eyes. I was hoping you wouldn't find out so soon. The big reveal, well, half of it. Jason sat up. I found the cube a year ago, in a crater. I touched it. Since then, things have been weird. Weird how? Zara asked. I see things. Stars that aren't in the sky. Hear voices in static. And I can sense you. Zara stepped back. What else can you do? Jason shrugged. Sometimes I glow when I'm nervous. Zara paced. You could be a missing hybrid. A half-blood from the interstellar accord. Your DNA might be the key to something big. Jason stood. Or maybe I'm just a guy who had the weirdest luck ever. They stared at each other. No jokes, no sarcasm, just silence and electric tension. Then Zara whispered, This mission just turned into a war. When worlds flirt, the cube. On Jason's desk hadn't stopped glowing since Zara touched it. It pulsed softly like it had a heartbeat of its own, and that heartbeat was syncing with his. Every time he got near it, he could hear whispers, in a language he didn't know, but somehow understood. Xylarian. Meanwhile, Zara sat on the couch, looking like she was about to explode, emotionally, and maybe literally. You have Xylarian tech, she said slowly, and cosmic energy signatures in your blood, which means I might be part alien, Jason said, finishing her thought. I told you my mom always said I was different. I thought it was just because I liked pineapple on pizza. This is serious, Jason. He leaned in, smirking. So, still want to date a half-human guy who glows in the dark? Zara narrowed her eyes. I'm still deciding. Meanwhile, a new player joins the game elsewhere in a secret bunker. Agent Nova slammed her hand on a digital table. He's a hybrid. We confirmed it. Her partner, Klein, paced nervously. Should we bring him in? No, she said coldly. Watch. Let the alien girl lead us to the rest. She clicked on a hologram. Zara's face appeared flickering. Nova whispered, "Let the lovebirds play. We'll swoop in when they kiss." Klein blinked. "That's weirdly specific." Nova grinned. "Let me have my drama." Date night, aka flirting with fire. Zara decided to test Jason. "If you're truly half Xylarian," she said, "you'll survive an interstellar mating ritual." Jason choked on his cereal. "A what now?" "Kidding," she smiled. "We'll do a human date, but I'll be watching for signs. Signs like glowing, floating, exploding. Yes. Location: Earth Diner. Time: 6:45 p.m. Status: very awkward. Jason wore a clean shirt and cologne that smelled like trying too hard. Zara arrived in a perfectly normal outfit, if normal meant a glittery black jumpsuit with moon-shaped earrings and glowing eyeliner. People stared. Jason whispered, "Maybe tone down the galactic fashion?" She replied, "This is your species' hot girl uniform. I Googled it." "Right. Well, mission accomplished." "Everyone's looking." Zara smirked. "Good. They should know I'm winning." Flirting turns fatal, almost. They laughed over milkshakes. Jason told her about his boring human job. Zara explained how Xylarian dating involved light telepathy and competitive dancing on hover platforms. "Wow," Jason said. "Here we just lie about our hobbies and post gym selfies." Then suddenly, Zara's bracelet buzzed violently. Proximity alert. Hostile approaching. Jason looked up. Waitress stood by the table. "Dessert?" Zara scanned her with her bracelet. "Threat level: 0%. Jason sighed. "You almost disintegrated a waitress over cheesecake." Zara blinked. "She startled me." But as she laughed it off, she noticed something outside the window. A figure, in a trench coat, watching. The spy at table 7, Jason noticed it too. "That guy's been sitting alone since we got here," he whispered. "Is that normal?" Zara scanned him discreetly. "Not human," she muttered. Jason's eyes widened. So, alien stalker? Or government agent? Possibly both. Suddenly, the figure stood and walked toward them. Zara grabbed Jason's hand. "Stay behind me." Jason blinked. "You're glowing again," Zara whispered. "So are you." The man reached their table, then dropped a card on it. "Careful who you trust," he said in a robotic voice. Jason picked up the card. One word: run. Chased through the neon streets. Seconds later, all the lights in the diner shut off. People screamed. A loud humming noise filled the air. Zara grabbed Jason. "We're leaving, now." They burst through the back door just as a drone flew over the diner, scanning the area. Jason and Zara ran into the city streets, hearts pounding. "What the hell was that?" Jason yelled. "Spy tech, not Xylarian," Zara panted. "Something else. Something older." Behind them, 2 black-suited agents emerged from the shadows. Jason looked back. "They're catching up." Zara stopped, turned, and raised her hand. Her bracelet flashed. A shockwave of energy pushed the agents back like leaves in a hurricane. Jason stood frozen. "Remind me never to tick you off." Back to the lair, aka Jason's crappy apartment. Back home, Jason paced nervously, while Zara adjusted her bracelet. "They found us," he said. "You think it's your people?" "No, my people don't sneak," they announce with fireworks. "Great, so who are they?" "I don't know," Zara said. "But they're watching both of us now, and they're not just after me anymore." Jason sat down. "This is a lot for a second date." She looked at him soft for a moment. "Do you regret it?" He shook his head. "No. You're weird, glowing, possibly dangerous, but this is still better than my last relationship." She smiled. "She dumped you?" "No. She tried to sell my comic book collection." "Oh, truly evil. Emotions. Real, raw, alien." Emotions. They sat in silence for a while. Zara finally said. I don't know what's happening to me. On Zelaria, emotions are weak, but here, I feel everything. Jason looked at her. Welcome to being human. It's mostly just weird feelings, snacks, and panic attacks. Zara laughed. You make me feel safe. Jason reached out, slowly, gently. His hand touched hers. Their fingers glowed, his with blue light, hers with silver. Their eyes met. And then, her bracelet screamed. Warning, DNA match detected, connection, level 87%. Potential bond initiating. Zara jumped back. What was that? Jason blinked. Did we just emotionally pair bond like alien penguins? Zara whispered. We're compatible. And just when it was getting cute, an explosion rocked the street outside. Jason ran to the window. A black hovercraft hovered above the road, light scanning the building. What now? Jason yelled. Zara's face went pale. That's not my people. That's them. Jason turned. Who's them? Zara stared into the night. The ones who destroyed half my planet. Jason froze. So why are they here? Zara met his eyes. Because of you. Houston, we have a love problem. The explosion rattled the windows of Jason's apartment. Outside, the black hovercraft hovered, silently scanning the area. It didn't have a logo or a flag or even a windshield. Just a glowing red eye in the center, like a mechanical god staring down. Jason turned to Zara, heart pounding. Okay, tell me that's your Uber ride and not a death ship. Zara didn't answer. She was frozen. Her eyes flickered silver, her bracelet blinking rapidly with warning signals. No, 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 she whispered. This can't be happening. What is that thing? Jason asked, stepping closer. Zara took a breath. That is a collector drone. From the Forgotten War. They don't come to negotiate. They come to extract. Jason raised an eyebrow. Extract? What? You, she said quietly. You're the key. Jason's legacy. Revealed. Jason blinked. Wait, hold on. I'm the key to what exactly? Because the last key I held was to a vending machine and it barely worked. Zara looked at him, her voice low and trembling. The energy in your blood, and it's ancient. It's not just Xylarian, it's pre-Xylarian. Forbidden tech. Lost genes. From before the galaxies were divided. Jason stared. So I'm space royalty? Zara shook her head. Worse. You're a signal. When you activated the cube, you told the universe you exist. And now, they're coming. Jason sat down slowly. I don't like being popular. Attack begins, and they're not playing. Outside, the drone fired a glowing bolt of red energy. It missed the apartment by inches, slicing through a nearby billboard that used to say, buy one, get one free. Now it just said, get one free. Zara grabbed Jason's arm. We have to move, now. She tapped her bracelet, and suddenly the wall next to them shimmered, then dissolved, revealing a hidden elevator behind it. Jason blinked. You've had a secret escape elevator this whole time? I have several, Zara muttered. They stepped in and vanished just as another blast hit the building. Down below, Zara's hidden base. The elevator took them underground, not a bunker, but a sleek silver chamber lit with blue lights and floating screens. Jason stepped out and gasped. Okay. Wow. This is way cooler than my man cave. Zara pressed her hand to a glowing console. This is my Earth base. I've been here for 5 Earth weeks. It was supposed to be quiet. Jason walked around, touching nothing, barely. So what now? Zara turned to face him. Now, you train. Jason laughed. Train for what? The Alien Olympics? Zara walked up to him. No, to survive, to control your energy, because if you don't, they will take you, and they won't ask nicely. The Human Test, Part 1. Cosmic boot camp over the next few days. Zara put Jason through the strangest training montage ever. Mental focus drills while floating in zero gravity. holding his hand over glowing stones that react to emotion. Alien yoga, which mostly looked like fighting wind while upside down. Jason struggled. He glowed too early. He fell into walls. He once tried to summon power and accidentally fried Zara's favorite snack box. But he tried. And every time he failed, Zara didn't laugh. She just watched him, closely, silently, with growing concern, and something else. Emotions collide in the worst way. On the fourth day, Jason collapsed to the floor exhausted. "I can't do this," he gasped. "I'm not some chosen one. I'm a guy who works in IT and once cried at a shampoo commercial." Zara sat beside him. "You don't have to be perfect," she said. "You just have to stay alive." Jason looked at her. "Why do you care so much?" Zara hesitated. "Because I feel something with you," she said. "Something I wasn't supposed to feel. Something forbidden." Jason reached out, gently brushing her hand. "It's not forbidden here," he said. Their fingers touched, and for a moment, the lights around them flickered, pulsing in sync with their heartbeat. Then, boom! The base trembled, lights turned red. A warning blared. Base breach, unauthorized entry." Zara stood up, face pale. "How did they find us again? This location was encrypted." Jason looked around. "You think they tracked me?" Zara shook her head. "No, they didn't track you." She turned toward the hallway, just as a figure stepped into the room. The betrayal it was Agent Nova, holding a weapon charged with anti-cosmic rounds, and behind her, a team of black-suited agents. Jason stood. How did you find us?" Nova smiled. "Oh, we've known about this place for years. We just didn't need it. Until now." Zara's voice dropped. "You followed me." Nova nodded. "Your bracelet gave off micropulses. We piggybacked off your scans. Let you lead us right to the asset." Jason's eyes narrowed. "I'm not your asset." Nova raised the weapon. "You're not the first hybrid. But you might be the last." Zara stepped in front of him. "You're not taking him." Nova smirked. "I wasn't asking. Fight. Flight. Flames." Zara raised her hand. Her bracelet shot out a pulse of light that knocked the agents back. Jason grabbed the cube from the table. Nova fired. Zara blocked the shot with a glowing shield, her entire body now lit with energy. "Jason, go!" she yelled. "I'm not leaving you." "Jason, you're the key, the last signal. They want you because you matter." Jason hesitated, then ran. As he disappeared into a tunnel, he heard the chaos behind him. Screams, blasts, the sound of something breaking. He held the cube close, and it spoke. Host connection established. Awakening initiated. Jason's body lit up. His eyes turned white, and something very old, very powerful, began to wake up inside him. The human test. Jason ran through the dark tunnel, the cube pulsing brighter in his hands with every step. Behind him, the underground shook with distant explosions. He didn't know if Zara was alive. He didn't know where he was going, but the cube, it knew. Its voice was no longer robotic. It was calm, cold, almost familiar. Host active. Neural sync at 72%. Beginning memory unlock. Jason stumbled. "What memory? What are you?" His eyes rolled back, and the world vanished. Inside the mind space, Jason stood in a strange place. Not a room, not a field, just endless light and echoing voices. He saw a young woman in a lab coat, human-looking, holding a baby that glowed faintly blue. "The first hybrid," she said. Then the scene shifted. The baby, grown, now a young man, locked in a lab. Needles, scans, voices in alien tongues. Not enough. His mind resists the signal. Another shift. Jason saw himself. Only it wasn't really him. It was version 4.7, a failed clone, floating lifeless in a tank. Start again. Resequence the DNA. Add Earth instincts. The final voice spoke, loud, thunderous, ancient. He must believe he is human. That is the only way he survives long enough to awaken. Jason gasped. No, I'm not a clone, I'm me. You are both, and now, you must choose who you want to be. The cube's light exploded, Jason screamed, and the vision shattered. Back to reality. And new power. Jason fell to his knees in a dim cavern. He was back. His veins glowed blue. His fingers sparked with energy. His heartbeat sounded like a drumline from an alien war parade. But more than that, he remembered things. Now, bits, fragments, the language of the stars. Coordinates that led to another galaxy. A name whispered by the cube. Cyrex. He didn't know what it meant, but he knew one thing. Zara was in danger, and it was time to get her back. Meanwhile, captured Zara was shackled to a glowing wall in a cold alien containment room. Across from her stood Agent Nova, arms crossed, smirking. You should have left Earth when you had the chance, Nova said. You should have minded your business, Zara shot back. Nova walked closer. You and your hybrid boyfriend ruined everything. We were this close to getting him into stasis. Zara narrowed her eyes. He'll come for me. Nova laughed. He's too soft, emotional, typical Earth flaw. But Zara only smiled. You really don't know him at all. Jason gears up back in the cavern. Jason stepped into a hidden chamber revealed by the cube. Inside was alien tech, armor, weapons, tools, all keyed to his DNA. He approached. A sleek silver suit lined with glowing blue lines. It pulsed as he touched it, scanning him. Confirmed. Primary host identified. Suit activating. The armor assembled around him, light sliding across his body like liquid metal. It was lightweight, alive. And when it finished, he wasn't Jason anymore. He was something older, stronger. Hybrid Alpha. The rescue mission using the cube, Jason located Zara's prison, a flying fortress cloaked just outside Earth's orbit. He blinked once and vanished. Inside the fortress, alarms blared as Jason reappeared midair in the fortress hallway. Slamming into the floor in a burst of light, guards surrounded him instantly, raising energy weapons. Jason raised his hand. Boom! A wave of energy exploded from his palm, knocking them all out cold. He kept walking. Zara's escape. With help, Nova returned to Zara's cell, annoyed. He's not coming. You're bluffing. Suddenly, the wall beside them caved in. Jason stepped through the smoke, eyes glowing white-blue. Hi. I brought snacks, he said, voice deeper, more confident. Not cocky, but in command. Zara's mouth fell open. What are you wearing? Jason smiled. Alien armor. 100% Jason-proof. Nova fired her weapon. Jason caught the energy blast midair and crumpled it like paper. Okay, Nova muttered. That's new. Zara broke her cuffs, caught a falling piece of wall and hurled it at Nova, sending her flying into the far wall. Teamwork, she said, landing beside Jason. Missed you, he said, grinning. But there's always a bigger threat. As they ran through the fortress, alarms shifted pitch. The voice of the ship's AI echoed, warning, unauthorized breach has triggered Omega Protocol. Jason looked at Zara. What's Omega Protocol? Her face went pale. The original, he frowned. What? The first hybrid. The prototype. The one they locked away because he lost control. And then a door opened. And standing there, massive, pulsing with dark red energy, eyes completely black, was Cyrex. Jason froze. I saw you? In my mind. Cyrex looked at him. You are the new model, the perfected clone. I'm not a clone, Jason said. Neither am I, Cyrex whispered. Then he attacked. Jason versus Cyrex. Round 1. Cyrex moved like a shadow. Jason blocked with a glowing shield, but the force sent him crashing through 3 walls. Zara jumped in, throwing bolts of silver energy, but Cyrex absorbed them. "You are not strong enough," he hissed. "You are barely awake." Jason stood, armor cracked. "Then I guess it's time to wake up." His body pulsed. The cube, still in his suit, synced fully. Jason's eyes turned pure white, and he roared. A shockwave shattered the floor beneath them. But power has a cost. The fight ended in silence. Cyrex was gone, but escaped not defeated. Jason collapsed, exhausted. Sparks flickered from his fingers. Zara knelt beside him. "You did it." Jason looked up at her, dazed. "That guy's not done." "No, but neither are we." She leaned closer. "You're not just the key anymore, Jason. You're the lock. And if he opens you..." Jason's eyes flickered blue. "Then the galaxy burns." The universal rule of love. The flight to the final battle. Jason and Zara sat inside a stolen star cruiser, racing through a collapsing wormhole. Below them, Earth shrank into the distance. Ahead, the dying star system of Velkar 9, where Cyrex was headed. Jason gripped the cube. "He's going to the beacon, isn't he?" Zara nodded. The beacon was built to amplify hybrid energy. If Cyrex reaches it, he can open the Void Gate. Jason raised an eyebrow. Void Gate? Why do all these names sound like heavy metal? Albums? Zara didn't smile. Because once it opens, there's no coming back. Inside Cyrex's mind, the villain's truth in a distant corridor of space, Cyrex stood in the beacon's core chamber. Around him, the ancient walls glowed with runes and lost languages. He touched the console. A voice spoke. DNA match confirmed. Initiating core sequence. Cyrex stared into the vortex above. He didn't smile. He didn't look mad. He looked tired. "I tried to be their savior once," he whispered. "They turned me into a weapon instead." Memory flashed. Needles, wires, experiments. His screams echoing into empty labs. "They built me to protect the galaxy. So I will. By erasing everything that poisoned it." He closed his eyes. Starting with Earth. Jason and Zara, the heart to heart. Before the end inside the star cruiser, Jason stood at the window, watching the stars blur past. Zara joined him, silent. After a long pause, she finally said, "We might not come back from this." Jason nodded. "Yeah, I've had that feeling since the flying robot waiter attacked us on our first date." She smirked just a little. "I still don't understand how your species survives." Jason turned to her. "Zara, if we don't make it, I need you to know." She pressed a finger to his lips. "I know. I feel it too." They leaned closer. For the first time, a real kiss. Not forced. Not awkward. Just real. And as they pulled apart, their bracelets synced. Bond confirmed. Sync level, 100%. The star cruiser shuddered. Time to finish what they started. The beacon, final confrontation. Jason and Zara landed on the rocky surface of Velkar 9. Lightning danced across the sky. The beacon pulsed in the distance like a giant alien heart. They stepped into the structure, and there he was, Cyrex. Standing at the core, bathed in red light, glowing like a god, cold, calm, cruel. He turned. "So, you came to stop me?" Jason stepped forward. "No, I came to understand you," Zara whispered. "This is a bad idea." Jason ignored her. "Why destroy Earth?" Cyrex tilted his head. "Because they don't deserve you. You think they'll accept what you are?" Jason didn't answer. Cyrex's voice dropped. "They'll lock you up. Use you. Turn your power into a weapon." Jason's hands curled into fists. "So you'll destroy billions to protect me? I'll destroy billions to end the cycle." Jason versus Cyrex. Round 2. Cyrex attacked first. A wave of red energy, like liquid fire. Jason countered with a shield, then blasted forward with a punch so bright it lit up the chamber like a supernova. The two hybrids clashed mid-air, fists glowing, minds sinking, memories colliding. Jason saw flashes of Cyrex's past, the pain, the betrayal, the loneliness. But he also saw something else. Hope. Cyrex wasn't just angry. He was afraid. Zara's last stand. While the hybrids fought, Zara raced to the beacon's core. If she could disable the power before it synced fully with Cyrex, they might stop the gate from opening. But Nova's voice echoed through the chamber. You again. Nova stepped from the shadows holding a new weapon, the null ray built to erase hybrid DNA. I told them we should have wiped you all out, she said. Zara didn't hesitate. I told you to mind your business. They clashed. Alien. Blades versus anti-energy tech. Sparks flew. Every strike was deadly. Nova landed a hit. Zara's shoulder sizzled, but Zara gritted her teeth and stabbed her blade through Nova's chest. Nova collapsed and Zara limped to the control panel. The final choice, Jason had Cyrex on the ground. The cube floated above them, pulsing. Signal complete. Gate ready to open. Cyrex grinned through. Blood. Do it. Become what you were made to be. Open the gate. Leave the humans behind. Jason stared at him. I wasn't made for destruction, he said. I was made to love, to protect. Cyrex screamed. That makes you weak. Jason stepped back. No. That makes me strong. He reached into the cube and crushed it. Collapse and redemption. The beacon shrieked, the void gate collapsing. In on itself, sucking energy back into the core. Cyrex reached for Jason. You fool! You'll destroy us all. Jason grabbed him. I'm sorry, he whispered. The beacon exploded in light. 1 week later, Earth Jason woke up in a hospital bed, surrounded by plants and soft light. Zara sat beside him, bruised but alive. He blinked. Did we win? She nodded. The beacon's gone, the void gate sealed. Cyrex is dust. Jason sighed. And Earth? She smiled. Still floating, loud, weird, delicious pancakes. He grinned. Zara? Yes? Will you split the bill next time? She leaned down. Never. Jason and Zara, now partners in a small intergalactic cafe hidden on Earth. A sign on the wall reads, Love is the most powerful energy in the universe. Use wisely. Outside, a ship flies by scanning Earth, and then moves on. Because Earth is no longer unguarded. It has them, and their story has only just begun.